Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the MoneyShift YouTube channel here on the... I did it again. This is 2 videos in a row, so let's try this again. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Maverick Files here on the MoneyShift YouTube channel. He did it! It's only been 40 videos. Well, why are we here? Okay, well, I'll tell you why we're here, because we've hit 4,500 miles. So you know what that means. I got to give you the 4 things I hate and the 5 things I love about this Maverick Lariat Lux hybrid. And there has been a ton of things that I've experienced over the first 4,500 miles because we've been able to do that in such a short period of time. So before I hit the keys, if that sounds good, if you're in, do not forget to hit that like button because it definitely helps out the video and overall channel growth. But without further ado, here are the keys. Let's get right into it.
4,500 miles means there are 4 things we do not like about the Maverick Hybrid, and the first thing might surprise you. It's under the hood. Pull this latch 2 times and we can go over and open up and reveal a 2.5 liter Atkinson cycle inline 4 that uses electric power to create a hybrid drivetrain. But why, Thanasi, is the hybrid the one thing you actually don't like about the Lariat luxury Maverick that you have? Now, it's not actually this drivetrain. I think it has plenty of power. It is incredibly efficient on gas, as we'll see later on in the video, but what it is not is smooth. What it is not is refined. There are plenty of moments that are very tough to replicate where this engine, when it switches from electric power to the internal combustion engine or vice versa, actually shudders and it shakes and it's crazy. I don't know why, and it's very jarring. It really throws me off. Now, you can quickly sort of stop that from happening by letting off the throttle and throwing it back into charge state where it sort of resets, but it is definitely there. Now, for the second thing that we do not like about this Lariat Lux equipped Maverick is the fact that this passenger seat isn't power. What the heck is going on with this? This is the premium. This is the top of the line. This is the Maverick that you cannot get any more options on. And yet the passenger seat is still manual. Now, I know this might seem like a small gripe, and I know that a lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about seem like small gripes, but when this car does a lot of things correctly, when this vehicle does a lot of things right, these small things become even more magnified. You're spending well over $32,000, almost $40 if you get the all-wheel drive model, and you have no power passenger seat. That's crazy. Number 3 is something else that's also very small, but crazy. This is a top-of-the-line vehicle, and it doesn't have a damn tailgate. Now, I can read the comments now. The tailgate's light. Who cares? You can lift it up with one hand. And yes, I know. I understand that. But this is a premium, top-of-the-line vehicle. A $50 accessory should be included. There's no reason why it should not. So that is number 3 of things that I do not like about this Maverick. We had the hybrid drivetrain, the seat, the tailgate, but for number 4, we got to step it inside. Again, this is a Lariat luxury package, fully loaded Maverick, and you see we don't have ventilated seats. Doesn't make any sense to me. You have plenty of competition that has access to ventilated seats, and yet the Maverick does not. We can get that on the Santa Cruz. We can get that on plenty other sedans and SUVs that compete in this segment, but for whatever reason, we can't get it here. It blows my mind, if I'm being brutally honest. But the last thing is the lack of memory seats. Just like the problem we had with the passenger seat where it wasn't power, I got a massive issue with the fact that there is no memory seats in this vehicle. I myself am 6 feet tall and my partner is nearly 5'6", 5'7". That is a big difference in seating position. And when she gets in or I get in, we have to move the seat accordingly. And it's just something that you shouldn't have to do with a top-of-the-line vehicle, especially for something that comes on other options. But it's not all bad. In fact, that's the only bad. So let's get to the good. Now, the good news is that the hybrid drivetrain is also the best thing about this vehicle. And I know what you're saying, T, but you just said it was a little jarring. You just said it was a little unrefined. Yes, but when you are getting 40 miles to the gallon out of something with a pickup truck, bed. That is crazy town. I routinely see over 50 mpg driving around town. You can easily get that figure, and to be able to do that with something that has a pickup bed is insane. And I never felt any sort of slowness of the hybrid. Yes, is the revised suspension a little bouncy? Sure. But is it fast enough? Of course. Now, number 2 and number 3 are in the cabin, but before we can get to those, I just want to show you guys over the first 4,500 miles what I was able to achieve MPG wise, and you'll see that number is right around 38, 39 MPG after this car sort of kicks on here. And you got to remember, folks, I do a lot of highway, which isn't where the hybrid thrives. Hybrids thrive around town, which is why I see well over 50 MPG in around town scenarios, but on the highway I see closer to 32, 33, which leads to my average of 38. But that is not so that I'm able to do that. But second and third, we have this infotainment and the Bang & Olufsen audio system. Now, unique to the Lariat Lux is a Sync 3 powered infotainment system. And while that is slightly archaic, I can't help but notice it is more vibrant, it is brighter, it is quicker than the XL, XLT, and Lariat versions, and it also has access to Sirius XM satellite radio, which if you want that, this is the only way to get it OEM right from the factory, integrated into the car without leveraging your phone and data. It truly is a treat to use. It is so easy, it is so simple, and the number 3 option is the Bang & Olufsen audio system. If you guys watched the last video, you'll know that I commented on the fact that it is a massive upgrade over the XL, XLT, and Lariat stock 4-speaker audio system. While it does have a slightly muddier mid-range, you can't help but notice the clarity and the bass that comes out of that system in comparison to the stock Maverick unit. They definitely did a great job at upgrading that overall. So kudos to Ford for including those 2 features. One of the other things that Ford hit out of the park is the lighting and the classing up this Lariat model in comparison to the XL and XLT. From the DRLs to the black plastic inside, it just generates for a very premium look, especially in comparison to the XL and XLT. And when you round it around to the back, you'll notice that these headlights actually have an LED sort of lipstick and an LED reflector that with the wheels just make this vehicle feel so premium, especially when compared to the XLT that I had previous. This thing definitely looks like a luxury vehicle. And if you guys want to see a more in-depth comparison between the Lariat and other Ford Mavericks, check out my XLT versus Lariat model. But you know, this couldn't be a Maverick video if we didn't talk about that. We're able to get 40 MPG with something that has a truck bed in the back. That is just bananas to me, and the amount of things that I have used that for is endless. I have moved tons of shelving, firewood, skis, you name it, and with the massive amounts of interior space and that bed, oh man, what a knockout.
Final thoughts as we wrap up this video. Overall, the Maverick Hybrid has been a really nice vehicle. We've been averaging nearly 40 mpg. We've been enjoying the sound system, the adaptive cruise, everything this Lariat Lux has to offer, and I've recommended this video to this entire channel, but also to everyone I've spoken to. If you're in the market for a vehicle right around $30,000 to $32,000 and you don't need it to be an engaging driving experience, like a GTI, like an Elantra N, like something like that, this is the car for you. It is tough to find an SUV that competes with this, and it's even harder to find a sedan or coupe that competes with this. You're getting 40 miles to the gallon, you have a freaking pickup bed, you got heated seats, the acoustic windshield, the Bang & Olufsen audio system, adaptive cruise, lane centering, Sync 3, the whole 9. And with that, that is where we will end this video. Thank you everybody for tuning in today. I am Thanasi. This is Money Shift. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.